thank you for inviting me, Dela, and thank you for attending this program. My topic today is on entrepreneurship. What can I do while working? Are you all working? And you want to do something on the side? Okay. So at the end of today, hopefully, my assumptions are right about it. Your current job does not cover all your expenses. Or even if it does not fund your desired lifestyle. You have the passion to do something so that you can get more income. Does any of these fit you? Yes. Do they fit you?
So much.
Okay, you are probably at the right place to listen to my speech today then. And hopefully at the end of it, I could have given you some answers. But which one fits you? All of them.
Passion to do something to get more income.
Maybe the last one. You have a passion to do something to get more income. So, but you don't want to quit your job. You don't want to quit your job. So you are looking for a side hustle. So that sums up a preamble for my talk today. Everybody here is looking for a side hustle. Okay. And given that I have a lot of side hustles, maybe I can share some of my experiences with you. So nobody is confused about the objectives for this talk. Look at what I'm showing you here. Is there something wrong with it? What is wrong with it? A male sales girl is wanted. So what's wrong with the person who wrote there? What do you think? What was his thinking when he was writing out this sign? Is he looking for a male or a female? A male? They are looking for a male, not a female.
Who can sell like a lady?
They are looking for a male who can sell like a girl. He thinks a sales girl is a position. So a man can be a sales girl. Really? So we have different interpretations. But this is some confusion, right? There is some confusion around this, which is mostly what our problem is. We are working. We are getting some money. It's not enough. We want to do something else. We don't know what we want to do. So most of us have this, we are likely to put out this kind of sign. Right? Because we don't know what we want to do. And others don't see what we also want to do. So we are looking for a male sales girl. That in itself is confusion. So what can we do? We all want to be entrepreneurial. Find something else that we can do, which will give us more money. What is entrepreneurship? I tried to look for the definition, but it's quite difficult. This one is what I found, which sat very well with me. It's living a few years of your life like most people want, so that you can spend the rest of your life like most people can't. And I just love it. Because a lot of people now, they won't do the side hustle. They will stay in their main jobs, get their paychecks, as William said earlier, and they won't be involved in any side hustle. So they have to hustle all the years of their working life till they go on retirement. And when they go on retirement, they still can't sleep. They still have to keep working, because if they stop, they will hustle. But an entrepreneur is someone who will do a little more right now. You work extra hard, you get a side hustle, so that later on, you'll be living a life that the other people cannot live. And I think this is the definition that sat most with me of entrepreneurship. So are you willing to live the life that most people want? And I've been asking this question over and over again, because if you want a side hustle, that's exactly what it will be, a hustle. It means you have to get out of your current comfort zone. You can't continue doing the same things now and expect to get different results. So if you want to change and get additional income, you should get ready for the side hustle. Introduce some entrepreneurship. We are employees sitting on the left. We have cash. And we are looking at entrepreneurs on the right with more bags of cash than we do. Do we feel that way? That entrepreneurs make more money than we do as employees? But what is it that stops you from becoming entrepreneurs? Why are you not quitting your jobs to go and become entrepreneurs so that you can get all those bags of cash? What is it? Because if it's really the fact that you become an entrepreneur and you make so much money and you are an employee and you just have one son, why are you not quitting your jobs to go and become entrepreneurs so that you can make large, bags of cash? What is it? Sustainability. But if entrepreneurs are making all this cash, why are you worried about sustainability? The cash will come. In the meantime, yes. Fear of the unknown. But you know you are going to get bags of cash. Or you are not sure about getting bags of cash. Fear of the unknown. Well, that's true. Pardon?
The what if question.
What if question? What does that mean?
What if I fail?
What if I fail? A legitimate question. So you are afraid you fail. So I summed it up as what? Risk. Because if you are going to take on the role of being an entrepreneur, you should be willing to take on what? Risk. And most of us are afraid of taking on risk. Like me. Most of you are like me. Because you are working right now, every month, at the end of the month, you are assured of a paycheck. Right? What if you step out to be an entrepreneur and that month you don't get any job to do, nobody pays you? How do you eat? It's risky. So you are afraid, like me. So you continue to stay in your small corner and expect your next paycheck. But you continue to dream about that lifestyle, which will never come. So most of you are like me. Are we still on the same page? Or now we are beginning to take different paths? So risk is what prevents a lot of people from jumping out of their comfort zone and expecting the next paycheck to move in to become an entrepreneur, and getting all these bags of cash. So you want to stay in your current zone and still make money. Okay. So you want to maintain your current job because the security of income is fine. It's good to expect a paycheck every month. 1,200 cedis or 800 cedis. If you balance more, at least you can eat and everything. It's just that your car is worrying you, wish you could get a new one, but on 800 you can't get it. But you dream that one day you get more money to buy a new car. And you are renting, your landlord gives you trouble here and there. You dream of buying an ASM property, right? But you don't have the money. But you are hoping that maybe in another 5 years you can buy. How you buy, you don't know. But the hope is still high. It's still very rare. But if you are still earning 800,000, that hope will never materialize. It won't come. So you want to start something on the side. But you are afraid. Because if you leave the 800 or the 1,000 to a month, then you have nothing at all. But you want to start something on the side and grow it small, so that when it becomes a little stable, then you will leave this job and go around it full time. Do you feel that way? Yeah. Okay. But you don't even know what to do. It's a major issue. Or you start something and you employ somebody to take care of it. Some people will find a shop in front of their house and get a male sales girl to run the shop for them whilst they are still doing their 8 to 5 jobs, and then hope that the shop will grow and they'll need to expand and they'll quit their jobs and come. But it never happens. What I have learned all this while is that if you are doing something part-time, the job also tends to grow on a part-time basis. It never becomes a big job. It never ever does. And that's what I learned from my experience of hustling. So you have time constraints. You want to start a job on the side. Do something on the side. But your work doesn't give you time. I'm sure you feel that way too. You don't work 4 hours or 40 hours a week. You work probably 168 hours a week. Because for the women especially, in addition to your work, when you come home, there's a husband, the big one to take care of. You have to perform your marital duties. And then the kids are there, they are worrying you. You supervise the homework. When they are sick, take them to the hospital. It's a very busy week. So what time do you even have to free to do the extra work or start up something which will give you other income? As I said, it's a side hustle. If you want to get it, you need to be ready to move out of your mindset to hustle, because these are the realities. And all of us face it. And you remember the first slide, an entrepreneur is one who is willing to do the work now so that you can enjoy later. Because the time will never be made. You have to make your own time, do your own time management so that you can free the time to get involved in the other hustle. I started working 11, 12 years ago in the capital markets. And if you remember what William said, you have to build your area of competence. Of course, you have to be knowledgeable, you have to learn, you have to read around so that people will respect you for what you do. Because if you enter a job, and I entered as, when I was doing my national service, I quit. And I started working at SAS, where William also later came to work. Right? We were brokers, reading around. But if you go in as a broker and you don't add value to yourself, you will never rise. You keep complaining about a paycheck forever. So the first thing you do is check your own surroundings. So you're employed in a bank, in a consulting firm, in an accounting firm. How likely are you to rise so that your income will grow? That's the first step. You have to add value to yourself. So you have to read around, you have to learn, you have to ask questions. You are more likely to get a promotion. A promotion will come with additional income. So that's the first step. If you are willing or you are afraid to move out, where you are, you have to maximize your potential. So whilst thinking of the side hustle, make sure you are maximizing your potential here. You should be targeting the next promotion in the next year and the next one after that so that your paycheck will keep increasing. That's one. So you need to learn, build yourself some competence and move on. But if your job does not allow you to learn, if you work all day from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. before you move and it's paying you 600 cedis, then you need to find a new job. Some of it is reality. You are not able to learn. And when you look up, you don't see anything. When you are working and you look up and you don't see anything, then there's a problem. Move out. Take that decision quickly. Move out so that when you look up, you can see something. If you are not going to be an entrepreneur and you are only going to maximize your space as an employee, make sure you work somewhere where when you look up, you can see progress. So that's the first thing. And then you can make time so that you can have your side hustle. And with this one just reinforces what you all discussed. You are afraid to step out because you are afraid of being rejected. What if the service that you decide to offer, nobody pays for it? So we all agree up to this point. So this is where we start thinking. Like I started doing about 10 years ago. I was working as a broker. I was doing very well on the capital market. The money is not good anyway. It's never good enough. I don't know any employer who pays his employee so well that the employee is happy. Everybody is looking for more. So nobody is ever satisfied with his work. And I've always been from birth a very busy person. I don't like to be idle. So after a while, the job was getting boring. But it was good because the money is okay. And I'm still in it. So don't get me wrong. It's okay, but I was getting bored. You close from work and you go home. And yes, there's a little social life. You go to bed on weekends, it's social activities, and that's it. I didn't feel like I was maximizing my potential. There was something wrong. And of course, I had a dream lifestyle, which wasn't to get a paycheck and be able to buy a couple of drinks with my friends and be able to buy a small car and get a nice place to rent. No, I wanted far more than that. Big dreams. Like William was saying, I had big dreams. And looking at that life, there was no way I was going to live my desired lifestyle if I was going to stay in my current employer. Because when I look up all the way to the CEO and look at the way he's living, which means that if I stay on like that and I get to his level, that's probably how I'll be living. And I wasn't satisfied. I don't know, this is not the lifestyle I want. I want more than that. So I looked around and I saw certain lifestyles which I felt I wanted to live. But where I was sitting and where the lifestyle was, they are poles apart. It's like from the North Pole to the South Pole. So if I wanted to get there, then I had to do something different. I had to think. But at the same time, the work that I was doing was paying the bills. Okay, so I decided, now I'm going to put all my efforts into doing my work during the day, 100%. But when I close from work, I'll not just go and sleep. I'll think, research into other things, and do something else. So what work can I do on evenings and weekends so that I can get the other income? That was where I started thinking from. So if you want to start a side hustle, you have to think. That's the first point. Start thinking. And I'm sure most of you have been thinking. But when you think, don't forget that implementation is also a strategy. Don't think and think and think. 5 years you are still thinking. 10 years you are still thinking. Before you realize you are 60 years, you are still thinking. And like some of my clients, I have an old man who came to me. He's 70 years old. He now wants to start a pure water business. He says he's been planning it since he was 40. I said, but if you have started at that time, pure water companies, I'm sure they were non-existent. If you had done, you probably would have been market leader. Now he said, young man, that's the problem. You know, when I hear these stories, I'm more encouraged to go and do more things now. Because life is very, very short. So if you are thinking, there's a point in time where you have to stop and go and do. And don't be afraid of failing. Don't be afraid at all of failing. So you see the strategy, you should have a strategy. And it's broken down like Scrabble into different words. Research. What is it that you want to do? Don't just sit down and think. So when I finished university and I was doing my national service, I was looking around. As usual, thinking of what I could do. And my sister would wake up at 4 a.m. and say she was going to plait her hair. I was like, what's wrong? Why do you have to wake up at 4 a.m. to go and plait your hair? He said, if I don't go early, the queue that I have to join at First Choice. I said, where is First Choice? Kaneshi. And we're living in this Legon. Why do you have to wake up at 4 a.m. and go to Kaneshi to go and stay in the queue just to plait your hair at a place called First Choice? This is crazy. Why can't you get, isn't there a place here in this Legon or Joe where he said, no, the people there are good and plenty people come there. I said, okay, why don't we start, a salon where people come and place their hair? Why don't we start one? She looked at me, she shook her head and she just walked off. Like, okay, I think I can do this. If there are lots of girls on Legon campus and in East Legon, Medina, and they all have to trip to Kaneshi just to plait their hair, I'm sure if I find something in the area, they will come. So the market is there, right? Okay. But I have to get a place that is nicer than Kaneshi. And where, instead of you waking up at 4 a.m. to go and queue, just tell me you come at 10. And when you come at 10, there will be somebody to attend to you. That sounded like a brilliant idea. So I said, okay, but me, can I plait hair? No. There's no, I haven't even touched hair. And I don't intend to anyway. But I'm sure I could find people who could plait hair. So I told my sister that please go to First Choice and ask the girls there how much they pay them. And ask them if they will be willing to move to a new place. Yes, but if they are that good, then people will go and queue for them. So now I think I can. Next one. To a new place. Yes, but if they are that good, then people will go and queue for them. I'm sure if I bring them, they will still come. If we spread the word that the First Choice girls are now here, they will still come. And I remember there was a place in Medina that we found, is it Black Girls or Black Secret or something? It was also popular. So I said, go there too, and go and ask the girls if they will be willing to come. So we found out that their salaries weren't too wonderful. And I said, go and tell them that we will add 100 cedis to their salary. They should, so that they come and work for us in this Legon. So they all agreed. She spoke to the girls, they all agreed that they will come when we are ready. But I didn't have money to rent a place for the salon. I went to negotiate with the landlord in East Legon. There's a building very close to living room. So I went to see him and he had put for rent and I said, I want to rent your place to turn it into a salon. So he gave me the monthly rental income. There was no way I could afford it. I didn't have money. I went back home, thought through it and I said, okay, I have a plan. So I went back to the landlord and said, I want to convert this place into a salon. And this is what I want to do. So that people will come here, come and place here. But I don't have money. So if you give me the place, every month when I work, I'll pay you your rent. He said, okay, he'll think about it. So I called people outside Ghana and said, okay, I'm looking to set up a salon. So can you buy me a dryer? Can you buy me this? And they were all willing. But a few weeks later, when I drove by the road, the landlord had removed the for rent there. Is it that somebody had come? So I went in to see him. And he said, oh, young man, you know what? I have a daughter who is going to come from the US. And she says she wants to do a salon. So that killed my dream. So he did the salon, but it failed later on. It never worked. But I kept thinking. But I'm sure if that had happened, I could have made money. I don't know. But that's one perfect example. By just thinking. But I did research. So I knew all the top salons in Accra where they were braiding hair. And I spoke to the girls there about how much they were earning. So I knew what the average salary was in that sector. So you need to do research. Whatever you are thinking about, don't just stay at home. Go out there and ask. Of course, you should have the motivation for it. I was motivated. Right? But that business never materialized. It didn't happen. Then you have to plan. Okay, I'll come back to this a little later. There's something that you have to keep in mind all the time. If you want to produce something to sell, or somebody has produced something, or you want to offer a service, there are 4 things. And those of you who did economics, you probably remember. Factors of production. You need these things in order to produce something, a good or a service. You need them. Okay. You need land, definitely. You need labor, which is the work effort. You need capital. Okay, capital doesn't have to be cash, it can be anything at all. And then you need enterprise. This is a more recent addition to the factors of production, or entrepreneurship, which is the thinking ability. Okay, next slide. Now there's a reward for this. And each and every one of us here will definitely possess one of these things. You definitely will possess one of these things. So if you have land, what you get in return is what? Rent. If you have labor or you're offering labor, you're working, you get wages in return. If you bring the capital, you probably get interest or dividend in return. And if you are bringing the enterprise, you are thinking and putting them all together, you get the profits. Usually the person at the end gets the highest. Okay? Because you pay your rent, pay your wages, pay your interest. If they are fixed, the more business he does, the more he gets the profit. But the thinking here is that depending on what you can offer out of these 4, you can definitely get additional income. So what do you have now? As I went on in my career as a broker, I realized that one of the easiest things to do to get additional income for me was to teach. That's easy. So I decided that I think that as for teaching, you never retire. So if nothing at all happens, and I'm teaching, or I have the skills to teach, I'll never go on retirement. I read that university lecturers, when they are 60, they give them a contract till they are 70. So if you have intellectual property, you never retire. And if you can teach, so long as you are physically fit, and you can organize a class, people will come and they will pay you. Right? And it is good quality. Right? Young Steps has put together a good quality lecture, and you are here, and you pay. And once you are getting a good return for it, next time the lab calls you, you will come. Because you know you will learn something. So I started looking around into teaching, and I started teaching. Immediately, that was my second line of income. Apart from investing, of course, which was my main job anyway. So I started teaching, and believe me, you can teach. Are you graduates? Have you graduated from universities? I'm sure you have, or polytechnics. And you know there is a problem with our educational system. If you are teaching, that's what? Labor. So in the evenings, you can teach. On weekends, you can teach and get additional income. It's as simple as that. Go around your area and put the kids together. Say, home tutor, mathematics. See the response you get, you'll be surprised. Unless your maths is not good, then offer to teach English. If the English is not good, maybe social studies. If that's not good, then I don't know. Physically, yes. You can offer to put all the kids in your area into a house and let them do jogging every morning and let their parents pay. You'll be amazed. Before you know, you form the Keep Fit Club and people are paying to join it. It's just about thinking. But all of you have one of these. You may not have land or a house or a building to rent out. Labor you can provide because you have gone to school. You have some skills in some kind of area. So apart from where you are doing your 9 to 5 and your main job, you could offer those services elsewhere in another capacity. And you could get wages in return in addition to what you are earning in your current job. And if you are making money and you are saving, like William said, you have built that capacity. You are investing, you are paying yourself first. You have what? Capital. Okay, you have capital. And that capital you can put to good use by investing it and also getting another income. People will then start paying you interest for the capital you have provided. And then if you have the idea, which is the ultimate, you have become the entrepreneur. You can bring those who have the land, the labor, and the capital together to work for you. You do the production of the service and you get the profit. So if you can't do the enterprise, provide either the land, the labor, or the capital, and you can get a second income. So if you are not getting it, it's only because you don't want to. It's only because you don't want to. And believe me, this one will not affect the job that you are doing right now. So when I started working, I started by offering labor because it was the easiest. The skills that I have acquired, that I am teaching to other people. Easiest. So I have a job, I'm an investment banker, I'm a broker. And there are so many people who need brokerage service, who don't understand what the capital markets, who don't understand investment. And there are so many universities that have sprung up, so many schools that have sprung up, and they all could do with some lecture or something around what? Investments. So that was the first thing to do, to offer my services when it comes to investment. So I went to the Ghana Stock Exchange. I want to teach your course. Now I'm a broker. They say you don't have enough experience. I said, it's not experience that you need. I can teach the course. They said, okay, you come and sit in and come and give us one, trial session. So I said, okay. And I was confident because I had learned. I was prepared. So I went, I did the session, and I think it was better than the original teacher. And that was it. I got a job. So I started teaching at the Ghana Stock Exchange. I came to the University of Ghana Business School to see some of my old lectures. And I said, the courses that you were teaching us, they were not practical. Now I am working in the sector. It was all theory. I told them, and they agreed with me. So we should work together. We should have a way in which, when you are lecturing the theory, you will bring me in to come and lecture the practicals. And for that, maybe the fees that you charge, give me small, I'm okay. I just want to build, the capacity to do that. And they agreed. So occasionally they'll call me to come and speak to the students. Maybe how do you do evaluation of a company? And I'll take them through the steps. How do they do an IPO? And it's my job. Because that's what I do every day. And I come and teach the same thing that I do every day. And they give me additional income. That was sweet. Very, very sweet. And I'm sure all of you have these skills in your pocket and in your head right now that you are sitting on. So it's your money you are sitting on actually. So please get up and let the money come out. So I started from teaching. But that was labor. After a while, when I was working and getting all these other income and investing it, I was getting capital. Okay, I was getting capital. Some of the capital was used to acquire land. So now I had land, I was able to offer my services, and I was building capital within the last 10 years of my working life. So now, if I have a business idea, I have land, I have labor, I have capital, and I have the ability to think, or the entrepreneurial spirit, I'm immediately going to get what? Profits. So I can set up a company on the side. If I set up a company on the side, first of all, I should have done my research to know about the company or that sector and what it's doing. Right? But because I have capital, I am able to employ labor. So I may not be the one doing the work, but because I have capital, I can bring labor. And there are a lot of unemployed people. A few of them have skills. I can bring the labor, I can get the land, I can put the idea, to put all these three together into a business, and then I can get an additional income. And the labor are people who are skilled. They are going to offer their services. It will generate a profit, and I will pay them. So that is how over the years, I'm able to do what? Establish a business on the side. Just by starting, by offering labor, building the capital, being able to acquire the land. And these are factors of production. This is what you should bear in mind every time if you want to get your side hustle on. You need to know what the factors of production are. Again, you may not be able to do it alone. Okay? You may not be able to do it alone. It's hard. So you can find like-minded people people who are in your situation, you like a certain business, you all want to invest in it. You remember the factors of production. So all of you can come together and provide the capital. One of you can leave and provide the labor because you are like-minded people. You need all these to come together to get a good side business going. So look for people who are like-minded. The picture I'm showing you, look at the one on the top. Everybody is standing here. One is facing here, one is facing there. You should look for people who have, common interest as you, because teamwork there is important. So the second picture depicts more of what is required. Look for people who are like you. In our country, partnerships have often failed. So many of them, they fail because at the beginning, the people don't get it right. They are individuals, at the beginning, but they think later on we will become a team. If it doesn't happen in the beginning, forget it. It will not happen later on. If in the beginning you're a team, even though you are getting along, you are friends, you went to school together, you go to church together, you must regulate your relationship through an agreement. Everything should be on paper. Because when money starts coming, people change. Have you heard that you never know the character of a poor man until he gets money? Because every poor man is humble. He's coming to beg for money. If he's proud, will you give it to him? But when he gets money, that is when you see his true character. And I'm sure you may have seen a few. They were your friends, but you didn't know that's how they were. So you should always put, if you want to get into a partnership for a side job, make sure that you have your agreement right from day one about how you share money when it comes. So if there's any disagreement, go and pick the paper and you show it. That way all of you agree. But if you don't agree how to share money in the future from day one, there's a problem. Because when money comes, this person will say, I am the one that did more work. But how do you prove it? So get like-minded people, build a team, and make sure you have your agreements. Somebody must be willing to put all those factors of production together in order for you to set up your business. I mean, I think about 6 years ago, I wanted to start a tilapia fish farm. You hear the adverts right now, lots of it. And I thought that tilapia farming would be good. So let me research into tilapia farming because I really, really wanted to start. So I read, spoke to people. They said, oh, they were interested if you start, we will join you. So I went to the Volta Lake because that's the largest, natural lake here. And I hear if you did the farming there, you'll be best. So I went there, went around, and I was, through my reading, told that if you want to have a tilapia farm in the lake, you need a certain depth of water so that the cages will fit in, and there should be some space under it, so that the water will pass under. That will make your fish grow faster and be bigger. I did all the academic work, but then I needed to go to the Volta Lake to find a place where we can actually site a tilapia farm. So I got there, got some people from VRA, we rented a boat and went onto the lake. We went around, they had a detector for telling how the depth of the water. So we went around and we found a very nice place, suitable place for doing the tilapia farm. But we went by boat. And then we had to figure out how to get to that place by land. Because if you go, you cannot set up your tilapia farm by boat. Trucks and other things will have to come there when you harvest your tilapia. So I decided to go back 3 weeks later to buy land to see whether where we identified by road was okay. So we took all the coordinates and everything. These days with technology, you can do a lot. So we took the coordinates of the place, and the locals showed me where to go, which village to go by road, so that they would take me to the side of the water. So I called another friend of mine. I said, "Oh, I'm interested in doing this tilapia farm. Why don't you join me so that we go on this trek to the site?" So he joined me. We went to the village. We got the local people. We spoke to them. We showed them where we wanted to go. We described it. They said, "Oh yeah, we know the place. That's not too far. It's just a few. We'll take you." So we gave them some money and we set up. Now we walked and walked and walked and walked. So we had walked for about 3 hours. It was down. There was a mountain. So we needed to go up the mountain and descend. After 3 hours, we hadn't reached the peak to descend. So I asked my friend, "Do you think we should do?" He said, "Oh yes, let's go. Making money is not easy." So we continued, and we got to the side where we had chosen about 6 hours later. So we set up in the morning. When we got there, it was around 3 p.m. Now listen, we had walked all the way to the side of the river. And when we got there, I was exhausted. And I drank the water there straight away because we didn't take water or anything. It was the first time I drank water from, the water body without even thinking. But then we had a problem. We had walked 6 hours to the side of the river and we were tired. But we had to go back. And it was 3 p.m. That was when I started asking myself, is this side also worth it? I mean, why? What kind of money am I going to get from all this? So sitting there at the river, I gave up on entrepreneurship. Why? What kind of, isn't there a cheaper way to make money? Believe me, it was a bad hustle. When we were going back, about 2 hours later, my friend just collapsed. And I was feeling so bad. Innocent young man sitting in his house, and I'm going to cry. He's collapsing. So the villagers said, okay, wait. They went back to the water to fetch, to bring in a cup and pour it on him. And I was sitting there all by myself around 6:30 p.m. in the forest with my friend who was collapsed sitting by me, waiting for locals to go and bring water back up. Would they come back? I'm not sure. What if my friend dies? I don't know. Even if he's sacked, what do I do from that village? And then they're out of coverage area. No phone calls. But eventually we struggled with our blisters and cuts and everything and made it back. I think around 9 p.m. to the village. When we sat in the car and came back to Accra. And they taught me a very big lesson. Very, very, very big lesson. I learned it the hard way. You don't go into business like that. I was too aggressive and overly enthusiastic. My planning should have been better. I should have checked the distances and all those things. I didn't just jump. Just because I heard about it, doesn't mean I should just get up and go. So I should have planned better. It taught me a lesson. So maybe you can leapfrog. You will not get stuck in the Enum forest like me. And kill and insult entrepreneurship forever. You should plan properly. But even after that, my research showed that the tilapia farming wasn't worth it. And I told my friends that be careful of those who are taking your money for tilapia farming. It will collapse. It's a pyramid scheme. Yes, and I'm sure you heard that some of them have collapsed. US group of companies. Because I had done the research myself. And people take their money from me and say they are taking it to US. Say good luck. And if you do the research, you know that it's bad. So don't go there. But there was a positive. Because I researched into tilapia farming, I realized that the most expensive part of tilapia farming was the feed. Because they have to buy the feed, and the feed was expensive. So I was wondering, why is the feed so expensive? Who makes it? So I saw the people who make the feed. And I was wondering, what goes into making the feed? And one of the ingredients was maize. So that's what took me to maize. I started asking questions about maize. Where does maize come from in Ghana? And all those things. And that's what took me to the Brown Afro region. Maize belt. So the research I started from tilapia farming led to me knowing about maize. And the fact that when they harvest the maize, a lot of it goes waste. So I took a trip to Techima one Saturday morning. Of course, it has to be a Saturday. Monday to Friday, you've got your main job, and you have to do it. But Saturday, I took a trip to Techima, went around the place, saw all these opportunities, and I was shocked. Around Techima, when they harvest the maize, they have to dry the maize. They have to wait for the sun and dry it. So the machines that they need to dry the maize, there was just one. And there's a long queue, and people are crossing and fighting and angry. Like, damn, this is a business opportunity. All I have to do is get a dryer and put it here. And the people come and dry their maize. Because there's a queue. Just take the queue from here and bring it to mine. That's all. By the time I spoke to some chiefs and everything, it's not hard to be. Ghanaians, we talk and we are kind. Oh, I want to bring a factory. Factory! Come. My nephew, he's been at home for a long time. So if you bring it, even by thought, the people are giving you their children to employ. So they will give you concession on the land. Got the land easily, arrange for a dryer with like-minded people, put it there. And we started making money. Lots of money. Because the opportunity is there. But we were sitting in Accra. There's so much opportunity there. Before long, that company was making way more money than the money I was making in my main job. That's a dilemma, right? you quit and go there. You stay in your main job. And you remember the problem, very simple. So I'm still facing it. But it's okay, it's still giving me some, line of income. So it's fine. But at least something is going on. But I hope you are taking the lessons from the story that I'm sharing with you. You shouldn't be afraid to fail. And I have failed so many times. Right? You don't have to be ashamed of it. Actually, it's good. Because when you fail once, it prepares you for the next one. I have an IT company, it's still there, but I think they are failing. Right? Because I'm not seeing the money from there. I saw that the pass rates of the people at the BEC was high. Again, I read an article in the newspapers that the BEC, the pass rates were dropping, which means failure rates are increasing. More and more people are bombing. They are not passing. So I said, is there any way in which I can, find a way to help these people? But I can't go and establish a school. I can't do that. So what do I do? I like IT. So why don't I put some IT skills together, get some of these past questions that people are doing and put it online so that the kids can revise. Maybe they'll pay me something. They can revise on my portal and, help put them in better state to pass. So we put it together, framework. We advertised, people were buying. Then I got the people to start working on it. Factors of production. Because I can't do the labor myself. But the people, they have a problem, attitudinal problems here and there. They will go to work because they don't share my passion. Okay, so it's another problem with getting the side hustle. You have a vision, you want to set up a company, you've put everybody together, you've employed people, but the people don't think the way you do. So if you get them there, they go to work and they get paid. They are not motivated. If you were there and you were driving it, you would probably do a lot more to make the business succeed. So that's one. It's a failure I've had. But what can I do? I move on from there because I have learned. And from there, other businesses have sprung up. So you can drop the first idea and move on into other things. So you shouldn't be afraid to fail. Not at all. How do you generate ideas? First thing is to look out for problems around you. And I'm sure there are many. The first one in Ghana that we all know is what? Doomso. So Doomso is a problem. Do you know that people are getting rich as a result of Doomso? Oh, you know that?
Yes.
And you are sitting here looking at them. What are you also doing? Instead of complaining about Doomso, what are you also doing? As for me, I can tell you what I'm doing. Because me, I see every opportunity and I want to take advantage of it. I brought in power banks. So you so that when your phone can't charge, you'll charge it. I called a small boy of mine who was looking for work. I said, well, let's go and bring in power banks. He brought in 200. Within 3 days, he was gone. It was gone. Just like that. It's a no-brainer. When you are driving in traffic and your phone is off because you had light on the previous line and you see the charger in traffic, would you buy it? It's a no-brainer. So look for problems around you. I went to UPSA to speak to them and they were challenging me. We don't have money to start a business. You need money. Because I told them that you don't need money to start a business. You just need an idea. They said no. I said, okay, today I'll show you. What are the problems on your campus? They said transportation. I said, so why don't you fix it? They said, but we don't have money to buy a bus. I said, okay, you know what? All the students come together. Go to your dean or go to whoever is in charge of that area and tell them that the students want to take charge of their transportation. They don't want outsiders to do it. So you want to get a contract with the university. Only you. So that you are the ones who will be responsible for taking the students from campus to certain vantage areas. So from UPS to SEC, UPS to Medina, UPS to Spintex, they should give you that contract. After they give you the contract, because you are students there, they are likely to give it to you. Go to the bus drivers who have been coming there and tell them that now you people can't come here anymore because we have the contract. If you want to come here, you have to work with us. And if you are charging 20, now you will give us 5 and then you take the 15. If you won't take it, go and we'll bring a new bus. How difficult is this? That's an idea. And the students, some of them worked on it, some of them didn't work. But those who worked on it, they are making money now. Because now they are controlling the transportation from their own school. So you see, identify the problem, come up with a solution, additional income. I don't know what they will do when they leave UPS and start working. and they will be giving them additional income. The income, if they are wise and they invest it, very soon they will own their own buses. I hope they do. So what are the problems around you, in your workplace, in your home? Even personally, what problems do you face? Because that is likely to be affecting other people too. So if you find a problem for yourself, you'll be able to sell it with other people and they will pay you for your side hustle. So that's how you generate ideas. Find the problems first and think through the solutions. You can try them out with your family and your friends, the solutions. If they like it and they are paying you for it, then you can scale up. So, problems. What are some of the problems you see around? Apart from doing so. Nobody sees any problem. Good for you. Phil. That's what Joseph Sian Japan saw, and they established Zoom Live. And he's a millionaire from doing that. From baller. But if I had told you that time that you can be a baller, man, you see what you mean with a degree. But he's ended up setting up a university for baller. Right? That's how far you can take your mind. Yes, Phil. You can work on it too. If there's filth in your office, go ahead and speak to somebody who say, give me the contract to clear the field. But if you don't execute the contract, you know you will lose it. So you must be sure that you can do it. Read around, research, plan, know exactly what to do. So it's a business opportunity. Any problem you see is a business opportunity. So some of the suggested business ideas I have, please don't take them if you don't have the passion for it. It will be useless. Multi-level marketing. You see a lot of people doing that part-time, right? What do they sell? These names have escaped. They come to you and sell all these personal products. You may have heard of them. Forever Living, thank you, Dela. Forever Living. Max. There are so many of them, no need Jews. They come around, but it's people's side jobs. It's not their main jobs. They are doing multi-level marketing. I don't know how well they are paid, but I think they earn something on the side from it. You can get involved in a part-time sales job. Okay. Airtime vending. A lot of people do that. I know people in my office who were selling credit until now. UVD came, so their business is going up. But people sell airtime on a part-time basis and make money. They sell cosmetics and clothes. Some people, when they come to work, their boot is full of women's clothes. Lunchtime, they drive through some places and sell some. In the evening, they go out there. That's part-time. That's their side hustle. It's on. If you don't laugh at them, they're getting some money into their pockets. Okay? Then the skilled services that I spoke of. If you are skilled, offer to do it elsewhere, and you can get additional income. Home tuition. I already mentioned it. Bring some kids together. Primary school. If your maths is not good, I'm sure you need class 3 maths. You can teach. You can't teach class 3 maths. I'm sure you can teach. And parents now, they have a headache. Because when the kids go to school, you know, they have problems. They would love to get a home teacher who will come home and teach them. Weekends, you offer your services. Before long, you have a whole franchise going. And there's one, Home Tutor Network. Right? You join it in your area, they will say you are part of it, and you teach kids in your area. Side hustle is bringing you money. Remedial schools, there are plenty of them now because the kids are failing. So if you are good in a subject area on weekends or evenings, you can teach in a remedial school. Your side hustle, but they will bring you income. Resume preparation. You know people don't know how to prepare their CVs. Are you good at preparing CVs? Are you? You know you could build a business out of it? If you tell one person who tells one who tells the other, when somebody is struggling, they say, oh, go and see this man, Frederick. He knows how to prepare CVs. When he comes, oh, you want me to do your CV for you? Just 10 CDs, bring it. Maybe in 3 days, 3 people, 30 CDs. It's your side hustle that is giving you money. Services that you hadn't thought about. Business consulting. And you're an accountant. You work at an accounting firm. When they haven't brought business, you go home and you go and see. What? The need for accountants of SMEs in this country. You are wasting away. Go around the shops. Offer your accounting services to them. Privately. You will make money. Now there's the other ones. William mentioned that he had a mango farm. I have a pig farm. There's opportunity to crop and animal farming. Okay, if you have built up capital, you can get into agro processing. It's a huge area. Where I sit as an investment banker, The problem is that there's a lot of money out there looking for opportunities here to farm, but they don't find. That's the real problem. It's not about opportunities looking for money. There's a lot of people, private equity people are around looking for businesses to fund. They can't find them. Okay? So, if you have your idea, believe me, you will find the funding. If you build it well into agro-processing, you should be able to do it. Then there's cleaning and grounds maintenance. What we go outside to go and do, we don't want to do in our own country. When I was in London, I was filling shelves in the night. When the shop closes, then we go and fill the shelves. And then I was working for a furniture factory. Those jobs, when they come here and they say we should do, we say no. They wash plates and everything. Why not? Get your side hustle on. A friend of mine came to my area at Manet, and he said he wanted to cut people's lawns. He offered to tender to their lawns, and people were happy. They gave it to him. So he recruited people. You go here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and his business is going on. He doesn't go there. He's just employed them, and the clients report to him directly. His side hustle is on, and he's getting an income. You can do babysitting. If you are a little IT savvy, you can do freelancing. There are websites that if you visit, you can offer your services to even read through somebody's long essay and get paid for it. Elance, Guru, Freelancer, I'll put some of the names there. Go there. You can do medical transcription and others, online businesses, and get paid. And this one is a hedge, you have foreign currency. And then blogging. Those of you who are good in writing, you can set up your own blog. So there are different ways in which you can make, you can get your side hustle on and get additional income. These are some of the ideas that I have. But I encourage you to look at the problems around you so that you can find your own ideas. And the problems they are making. Next slide. Okay, in summary, everyone can make as much income as long as they think and can do what is required. Okay, your side hustle must not compete with your main job though. Otherwise you get fired and you end up at square one. So do your main job as you should do before you go and do your side job on the side. Right? Don't let it compete with your main job. It's very important. Okay. The others I'll leave it. I always like to leave with this one. Okay, you know the parable of the sower. The parable of the sower. I'm sure you are familiar with this. This is what I have thrown out there as seeds for you today. But I want you to be like this one. Let the seeds go into the soil, let it germinate, let it grow and bear fruit. So I feel that I have thrown the seed to you today. Only 5% of you will actually practice what I'm telling you today. Can I see by hand who those 5% are? This is more than 5%. There's a problem here. They are lying, eh? Some people are not telling the truth. Okay, but I know that only 5% of you are actually going to practice and get your side hustle on. But please get it on, because I have a policy. I'm saying the next 10 years' time, all my friends should be wealthy. And I'm going to set a minimum net worth. Because they say your net worth is your net worth. So if you want to be friends with me in the next 10 years, you better get your net worth up. Otherwise, you cannot be my friend. So I know you now, yes, you'll be nice, but in 10 years' time, I'll cut you off. Because you have the opportunity to improve your net worth and you have refused. So in 10 years' time, if you want to be my friend, make sure you get your side hustle on. If you can take the risk and be an entrepreneur, fine. But if you want to be like me to get your side hustle on, then start today by thinking. I'm done. Thank you very much.
David.
Okay.
That was brilliant. Just a quick question. Somebody might ask, I'm a single parent. I'm working. I have children. How do I put a side hustle?
How do you get the side hustle?
How do I cope with side hustle? I'm single, but I have children, and I'm working full time.
Fantastic.
Over the weekends, my kids expect me to spend more time with them. So that, my full-time job, side hustle, how can I cope?
You know, my hustler mind, which is always looking for opportunities, just tells me one thing. The best way to do it is to bring other kids to your house on weekends and get the other parents to pay you. Because there are also some other parents who wish they could take their kids somewhere on the weekend, trustworthy, so they could do other things. So if you are single, so you don't have the husband to be worrying you, and you have the space to bring the other kids there to play. So you get to spend time with your kids, they get to play with others, so you can even rest a little. You just supervise, you get somebody to take care of it, and then the other people get to pay you as well. That's what my hustler mind thinks. So you can easily make that money.
David.
Why if your work is not allowing you to do this side hustle in such a way that you can go to work even on Saturdays?
Well, I think I said that earlier on. If your work is not giving you time to do anything else, and it's not paying you enough for all the time that you are giving it to that work, it's about time. Drop that yam. I like the phrase. Drop that yam, because if you have a desired lifestyle, and that way you are putting all your time in it and it's not giving you that lifestyle, there's a disconnect. Quit and look for one where you can free up time. Maybe the one you are looking for is going to pay you less, but the time you are going to free up will enable you to add more value to yourself, so that in a few years' time you will close that gap with. So drop that here.
Last one. You work in a company where there's an opportunity to be a book, and the company policy is not careful. Here's the case where you're getting a lot of calls for people to manage their business. When you get those calls, you have to keep it.
The first thing is, for ethical reasons, you don't have to compete with your company. That's not right. Because if your employee does it to you, you'll be unhappy. So don't ever compete with your company. Your main job, give your 100% to it. Don't compete with them. So if you get businesses that are encouraging you to compete with your company, don't. Give all the businesses to your company. They pay your salary at the end of the day. Don't forget. If you want to get a side hustle, most of the time, and I advise this, don't let it be in direct competition with your employer. That's unethical. That one I don't recommend. Right? If you are working for a financial services company that gives loans, don't stick your own money on the side, go and start giving loans on the side. That's unethical. All the loans that people are applying, bring them to your company. They pay you at the end of the month, don't forget. Bring them to your company. If you want to do rabbit farming, that's fine. But don't compete with your 9 to 5, because it is unethical. If you want to give loans, quit and go and give your loans. Because if it is done to you, you won't be happy. So ethics matters. It really does matter. I will not go and offer my brokerage services privately to somebody and charge the person. I'll never do that. If it's brokerage services, you come to me, that's it. Come to my company. I'll not take anything inside. You must come to the company.
Hey, that was actually the last one. Okay. Good job.
David, this is meant to be a follow-up to this very question that you just answered. So it's credit. Credit, we know that the banks are a bit very difficult when it comes to analyzing the credits and all that. But if, for instance, you have this microfinance or savings and loans, and for instance, this client is not successful in getting this loan with the bank, is it bad to, if you like, direct this person to this savings and loans or microfinance company? Because I think that shouldn't be a conflict.
Well, the question is, do you own that savings and loans or microfinance company?
Well, not necessarily, but you might have a link, maybe a board member, or let's say you're a part owner, sort of. That's still something that...
For me, if you ask me, it is unethical. It is unethical to be competing with your employer. If you are working in a savings or loans company or a bank, you don't go investing or opening a savings and loans company, because you will be conflicted. If you go outside and somebody says, I have this amount of money that I want to invest in a fixed deposit, will you take that person to the bank or to your own personal company? You will be conflicted. Your natural tendency will be to take it to your own company, but it could have gone to the bank. So you should not put yourself in a conflict of interest position. But if you know somebody who owns a savings and loans company, and you work in credit in your bank, and the credit came to your bank, and the bank declined to fund that person, yes, you can recommend that person to go to that savings and loans company. Because that one is fine, there's nothing wrong with it. But if it is your own savings company, and you are taking business away from your bank, there to that company, that is unethical. That one I don't recommend. Because it will catch up with you one day. I don't recommend that.
All right. Can we all clap for David?